What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the F1 2017 Road to Glory. Back for episode number 6 today, and we are back to the usual format. So last time out, the views were a little bit down, so if you haven't checked it out, then click the I button up above to check it out. But we were in Azerbaijan, we just did one race, it was a post-commentated one, and we scored our first points of the season. So if you haven't watched it, then, well, I've sort of spoilt it now, so you might as well stay here. But anyway, yeah, we scored our first points of the season, which was good. And yeah, we just did the one race, as I said. So today we are back to the usual format. Austria and Silverstone are going to be the two races we do today. And yeah, if you're happy to see this series back, do leave a like. We took a little bit of a Christmas break from it, but we are back once again. And hopefully uploading sort of every 2 or 3 days or so. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the Austrian Grand Prix. Hey, we've got a good start to this episode. As you can see, we have got Chris coming up to us, and that means that we have a new upgrade on the car. I'll have to have a look actually to see what our upgrades are looking like, but we have our first aero upgrade of the series, and I'm going to have to familiarise myself with what upgrades we have and haven't done, so God knows what you guys have remembered from this series. But yeah, aero upgrade for Austria, probably not the greatest track to have it at, but still, we'll take it. And I think we look as if we may be closing the gap to McLaren Honda as well. So we're going to take a look at the R&D tree. Yes, there you can see our first aero upgrade of the series. So yeah, chassis, we currently have 2 upgrades that we've done. Aero, we have 1 upgrade. Powertrain, 1 upgrade. And then the durability, 1 upgrade as well. So we currently have over 1,000 points. And I'm going to spend them on what you guys told me to do, which was continue to do chassis, because literally we're so far behind on that. So yeah, we could go rear floor under tray, or we could go for the roll dampers. Don't think it's really going to make too much difference. We could view the description to see. So horizontal shocks are absorbed more effectively. So that's going to lower tyre wear, and that is going to just provide more symmetrical weight distribution. You know what? I think that is exactly what this car needs. So we're going to go for the 1,000 points on that. It should be with us as well by the next race because of, yeah, one of the like core competency things we managed to earn. Now it means minor upgrades only take 1 week. So we will take that. And as always, guys, comment down below on what upgrades you want to see me do. And yeah, I'll take them into account for next time. Also, should I do these, the department efficiency and department quality control things? Because a lot of people have been saying that these are worthwhile doing. Because obviously, if we do the department efficiency, then it requires 10% less resource points. So, seeing as this series is probably going to take quite a long time, that might be a good idea to do, because obviously it's only 750 points. So that might be the next little upgrade that we do. In terms of quality control, that reduces the chances of upgrades failing. I don't know whether that's going to be worth it. It probably will be, to be honest. But obviously, it only reduces it by 7.5%. So we're still going to get failures. We're paying 400 points for that. So I think in this early stage, I'll give that a miss. But should I do that? Should I do the efficiency one? Meaning that we require less resource points? Let me know down below.
Good morning, welcome to the Red Bull Ring. Let's join the action trackside as the cars are about to appear for today's practice session.
Now, with it being Christmas and just generally not having a lot of time in the last week, I haven't played F1 or I haven't recorded this series in over a week now. So this is going to probably take me a little while to actually get back used to the game. So yeah, I don't think this practice session will probably go too well. Well, how wrong I was. That was actually quite a good session. We're 25 points off the maximum. 20 of that has come from the qualifying pace, where we didn't actually manage to get the sort of like the purple time. I think we were like 1/10 of a second off. I went for another lap and just completely messed up. So yeah, I didn't have time to do that. And apparently I didn't get a fast sector 2 in the qualifying pace either, even though I'm pretty sure I was going alright. I did okay in it, so yeah, a little bit annoying with that, but I'm not going to sweat over 25 resource points. So yeah, 260 resource points in the bag, and yeah, feeling confident going into qualifying.
Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon, where qualifying is about to start here in Austria. So sit back and enjoy the afternoon session.
You know the drill by now. We go out for our one and only run in qualifying. Well, there's nobody else on the track to ruin our lap. And around Austria, That's actually quite important because, well, it's a short track, and yeah, you obviously want to be able to get a clear lap in. It's very difficult actually to try and like pass cars around here on a qualifying lap. Obviously, you know, you don't want to be going off that racing line. And yeah, I really need to concentrate now anyway. I've rambled on for far too long. One more corner now, 5th gear. Decent exit. We'll get on the DRS. What is it going to be? P10, yes, thank you. We will take that. I mean, there's still some cars that have got to go back out. But I think that is just about us done in this session. Whew, that was a tense lap. Got a lot of concentration. But yeah, hopefully we can actually sort of stay maybe in the top 13 or 14. I'd take that. 14th. Okay, I said I'd take 13th or 14th, so can't be too disheartened with that. I think there was probably a 10th or 2 still on the table. So probably could have got maybe into the top 12, maybe even top 11. But in this Sauber Alfa Romeo at this time, you know, we're only, what, 6th episode? 9th race of the series? I will take that. I will take that. We're still qualifying ahead of Ericsson quite considerably. Obviously, the McLarens struggle around this track, and we've also out-qualified one of the Williams cars. So, you know, out-qualifying a Mercedes engine is pretty decent, but now it is time to get into the race. No grid penalties then for this Grand Prix, which is a little bit disappointing. I always hope for just 1 or 2 grid penalties to get us up the order. But P14, as I say, I'm not too disheartened with that, because, you know, it's a track like Austria, obviously quite engine dependent. We've got the second worst one on the grid, so I will definitely take that. Just lining up behind Felipe Massa, who hasn't been getting great starts as of late, so we'll try and take advantage of that. But now it is time to get into the Grand Prix. Leave a like if you're enjoying this, and this is the first of 2 races today. Can we get a good start? It's lights out, and away we go once again. Not a great start this time from Kvyat. And it wasn't a great one from Massa either, but we go into turn 1. Just don't get squeezed, please. Don't get squeezed. Oh, there's contact. There is contact from behind, mainly. There was from in front as well. And, well, that is not an ideal start. I mean, we're in P11, but I think we have some damage to the car. Yes, we do. That front left end plate is not looking good. So we're gonna see what it's like into this corner. Doesn't really hinder the right-handers too much, and obviously there's only, I think, 2 left-handers on the whole track. So yeah, points look already out of the question, which is a bit disappointing, unless someone ahead has an issue. But, well, bit of an exciting start to the Grand Prix. We'll have to take a look at that after the race, just to see what happened. Oh my lord, how close is Kvyat to my gearbox? That is quite concerning. Obviously, he's got a Renault engine. I've got the old Ferrari engine. Is he? Yes, he does go for a lunge up the inside. We're going to try and get the cut back on him. I just don't think it's going to work. We just don't have the engine power around here. And that is annoying. I mean, we've got Lance Stroll, the next car behind us. Can we maybe close in on Kvyat? We've also got to do some fuel saving. For some reason, it is really under-fueled us. But Kvyat locks up. Now we just can't quite take advantage of that, which is disappointing. And this is where we understeer, these 2 corners. So we'll be able to see it now. And yeah, we're just losing quite a bit of speed compared to Kvyat, which is annoying. Usually, it massively overfuels the car for these Grand Prix, like in these 5-lap races, because as I've mentioned before, you can't actually change the fuel load, so it usually gives us like 2 laps too many. So in the race strategy program, as we're going to get passed by Lance Stroll as well. Yeah, in the race strategy program, I did a bit of lifting and coasting, thought that might solve the issue, but all it has done is just gone completely the other way as Stroll locks up. Come on, mate. That is annoying. Very annoying. I'm going to try and not get annoyed at that. This is actually quite embarrassing. We're literally... I feel like I'm the slowest car on the grid, just because we have to literally run in lead mix the whole time in this Grand Prix, which is frustrating. I mean, we had enough to get P14 in qualifying. But this is just embarrassing. There's nothing I can do because I'm literally foot to the floor on the accelerator. And we're still getting past. Hulkenberg dives it down the inside. Then you can see the exit of the corner, we do alright. And then once it comes to the end of the straight, we just have no speed really. Oh my god, what has gone on behind? Okay, Ericsson has just dived one up the inside. Why does this happen every race? Ericsson starts on like the back row. And then by the end of the race, he's like closer to me. Even though I don't think our race pace is that bad. But, well, now he's directly behind us. And hopefully he doesn't overtake us, because that would be embarrassing. I'll understeer a bit more, why don't you? We're minus 0.3 laps on fuel. So we're going to have to go lean for like this entire final lap. And we still might run out of fuel. This is just crazy. Why is it underfueled us so much in such a short race? As we just can't even control this car right now. Ericsson's going to pass us because we just don't have the speed. Oh, this is so annoying. Oh no, we're going to get around the outside maybe. No, we're not. No. Oh, we've just gone for Rich. I can't be bothered. I just want to pass Ericsson as he's completely parked it on the inside. We've been passed again. We've been passed. This is testing me. This is testing me. Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. Look, we put our foot on the throttle, and there's just nothing we can do. I mean, yes, we've only got half a front wing really, but just look at how much mass is pulling away. There is just nothing we can do. Ah, this is painful. This is painful. But we've got 2 corners remaining. Fortunately, that's it. We've gone down to P16. We were in P11 at one point. But as we get around the final corner, I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left to say. Ah, dear, that was disappointing. That's probably the most disappointing race we've had of the season. Just because I could have got that P11 quite easily. I mean, there was no chance of points, but I'm glad that one is out of the way. I'm glad I've got that one out of the way, and that wasn't a 25% race, or else I might have just quit this series. But yeah, not great. Okay, so we're going to take a look to see what happened at turn 1. And someone goes down the inside of Kvyat, who then just piles into me. It was Lance Stroll. Why? Why did that happen? And then something happened up ahead as well. We'll take another look at that replay. So yeah, it was Lance Stroll is who we want to go on board with here. So he's completely on the inside, just absolutely dives it up there, and then I've just been left with nowhere to go. And then Hulkenberg is just sprayed across the track. And Stroll, you know, he just goes around the outside, no damage whatsoever. Oh boy, that is annoying. Looking at the race result then, Ericsson started 19th and somehow finished 13th. I mean, I'm pretty sure no one else got any damage in that race. But yeah, we finished down in 16th position. It's annoying. It's annoying. But good news, we have 2 races in this episode. So yeah, there's something to make up for it. But anyway, we're going to take a look at the standings. So we've got Lewis Hamilton leading the way from Valtteri Bottas in what is a Mercedes-dominated season thus far. We are still sitting in 13th place, which is good. Kvyat actually scored his first points of the season by the looks of it, because he moves above his teammate Gasly up into 16th. So Stroll still scored no points. That is karma. That is karma. And neither is Ericsson or Van Dorn. And as we look at the constructors, we are rooted to the bottom, although we are joint 8th. So just 1 more points finish before the end of the season, and we'll get up that table hopefully. But yeah, that concludes the Austrian Grand Prix. Meaning that we have the British Grand Prix next up. I'm looking forward to this because I love Silverstone. But yeah, first of all, I'm going to grab some food and then I'll be right back. So yeah, see you in a bit. And we are back for part 2 of this episode. And as you can see, we've got another successful upgrade. This is going all too well at the moment in terms of upgrades. I believe we've only had 1 fail on us so far, so yeah, I think that pretty much confirms that we don't need to immediately work on sort of like the reliability of these upgrades, just so long as they're coming to us. So a 9% improvement in the rear floor under tray distribution, the weight distribution, whatever it is. It's a revision to the rear floor under tray, and yeah, a minor upgrade, but still should do as well going into Silverstone. So one of my favourite tracks on the calendar. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the British Grand Prix.
Good morning and welcome from Silverstone for today's practice session. I hope the crowd streaming in through the gates have brought their umbrellas. Guess what? It's tipping it down here today.
Shock! It is raining for about the 7th time, I think, in this series. But I've just had a quick look at the sort of like the weather report for the weekend, and as you can see, it's going to rain in qualifying, sort of the same intensity as it is now, but the race is going to be dry. So what I'm thinking is possibly do the qualifying program first. It's a little bit different, and it'll give us a good idea of where we are. Well, this is how good we are in the rain. As you can see, this is our first lap in practice. We're on the qualifying program. We've gone on like rich mix, just turned everything up to the max. We've gone for sort of like a standard setup, and we're nearly a second off 19th place, which is our target. What is going on? What is going on? What? I don't understand. I just don't. So we came back into the pits, and now we're going to give this qualifying program one another go. Except this time we've got our dry setup on, which we will be using in the race. I doubt it's going to be any better, but I just don't know. I'm going to try everything. Okay, we're not quite as bad this time, even though we've got a dry setup on rather than a neutral setup on. We're somehow quicker in the wet, which obviously makes sense. But still, we're going to keep going with this. And who knows, we might actually at least get green on this. Believe it or not, this is actually a completely separate run. We're nearly a second off. This is a full wet setup, so I dread to think what we're going to be like in qualifying. Fortunately, the race isn't wet. But I'm just not going to do any wet practice because, well, I'm just not good enough. Oh, finally we have sun. This is practice 2 because I just really couldn't be bothered, as you could probably tell, with the wet conditions. So we're just going to go for the normal route now. We're going to start off with the track acclimatization and, yeah, we just forget P1 ever happened. Well, what a session that turned into, where it was a testing start, very testing, but actually we ended up with 285 resource points, which is the maximum that we could achieve. And yeah, pretty, well, it was literally perfect in everything. Track acclimatization, of course, perfect in that. Time management seemed pretty decent, as did fuel saving. Qualifying pace was very good. We were like a second better than the time, like the 19th place time that was set. And yeah, the qualifying one's been the one that's let us down recently, really. So it was good to do that one. Race strategy, of course, was pretty decent. Hopefully we don't get shafted on the fuel this time. And then 35 points as well are the team objectives. So feeling good going into qualifying. The only thing is it's wet, and yeah, that could be an issue. But nonetheless, let's get into it.
It's a Saturday afternoon here at Silverstone, and that means it's time for today's qualifying.
As I've mentioned then, it is a wet qualifying, and as a result, we're going to go for something a little bit different. I think we're going to get, well, I know we're going to go out early in this session as we run completely wide there because we just can't handle this car. But yeah, we've gone out right at the start of the session, and if the track does get worse, this could be good for us. Oh, that is embarrassing. We've been outdone by Ericsson. Even Ericsson, so this has not gone well. And this is with the dry setup, which, if wet practice was anything to go by, the dry setup was actually the quickest one, so I've just no idea where our pace has gone. This is it then, one last run in qualifying. We're just behind Alonso, trying to leave a decent gap, because hopefully we can out-qualify him, but yeah, if we're not last, then this would probably be a miracle from here. Oh, no, we've got traffic just when we don't want it. There's a lot of cars on their outlap, one of which is Carlos Sainz. Fortunately, we are up on our previous best, but we've lost about a 10th there, I reckon, and we just need to get past him, and I don't think we're going to be able to. Fortunately, we got past Sainz, but in doing so, we lost about a 10th and a half. We come across the line, we beat Ericsson, but that's about it. Like, there's not much more else to say, is there? 7 tenths. Nearly 7 tenths of a second off our teammate. We're in last, so we've qualified 20th, and I just don't know. I just don't know. The wet conditions just aren't favouring us this weekend. We seem to have done really, really well in the dry, and really, really bad in the wet. So thank God it's a dry race, and hopefully we can do an Ericsson in the race and just shoot up the field. But yeah, this is going to be a tough one. It is dry, thank the Lord. It's very, very sunny for this race, but unfortunately we've only got 5 laps of it, but hopefully that should be enough for us to at least get ahead of our teammate and a couple of McLarens. But we are starting from P20 for the British Grand Prix, and away we go. Not a great start. We're minus on fuel again, which is brilliant, even though this time in the practice programme we didn't do it too badly. And as we go through these first couple of turns, it's about avoiding and just going round the outside. Now we've got past our teammate and the McLarens. We're up into P16. We were quite aggressive, but it seemed to work as we now hang it round the outside of Carlos Sainz, the man who held us up in qualifying. Not that it made much of a difference, but anyway, we are running side by side now as we go into the second sector into Luffield. Or sorry, Brooklands first and then at Luffield. And we're still pretty much side by side with Sainz. Have we got him on the... How has he got us on the exit? That is just ridiculous. But he's got the better engine compared to us. And as we go into this middle sector, will our new bit on the chassis be able to help us? I don't think so compared to the Renault through there. On to lap 3 now, and I think we're just out of DRS range of the cars ahead. We will go into rich momentarily, even though we don't have a lot of fuel. But just until the DRS detection point. Now, we've got a teammate just behind us. He's not too... Yeah, he will have DRS. So we could really do with it, and we do get it. But by the time we're going to get it, we're so far behind. Just, like, what is happening? Why are we so slow in a straight line? Oh, this is annoying. This is annoying. I think we've just about fended off Ericsson, but yeah, not good. I think you can definitely tell that I haven't played the game for about a week or so. It's the longest break I've actually had for a while off the game, but yeah, not going too good, is it? Once again, we're on lap 4 now. Ericsson is right by us, and I think he's going to make a move. Like, I just don't understand. Like, we were so far ahead of Ericsson, even in qualifying in the Austrian Grand Prix. But I just don't know what's gone wrong in the race. Both races, we're just so slow in a straight line. Like, our engine isn't even that old. But he's just so much quicker than us in a straight line. And we've had to defend from him there. And we've completely lost touch with the cars ahead. It's just not a good episode. We've managed to get a little bit of ground on Ericsson this time on lap 5. I think we've just about defended from him. Now, the next DRS zone isn't a problem. It's the exit off Luffield and through Woodcut, which is often the issue. So we're going to go up into Rich Mix now, and then we can just sort of defend for the rest of the race. And I think we've just about got enough there. I mean, I didn't want to be fighting for 17th place in this race. Now, the only good thing is we seem to have been ahead of the two McLarens for the entire race. So, I mean, look, if you look on the minimap, those are the two McLarens, like, behind the two Alfa Romeos. And I think you could say we've outperformed them deservingly as well. So, yeah, the one positive we can take is that we do just have the pace over them. Oh, please don't overtake me now, Ericsson. I've just talked about how I'm actually good at defending on this stage. So he's going to try and go down the inside. We're just going to hook it around the outside. Lovely bit of defensive driving. He is going to try and go round the outside. We squeezed him out. And this is a lovely little battle through the final few corners. But we are just so far off the midfield and have been for pretty much the entire episode. Well, I mean, we've had 2 upgrades this episode, but not much luck or much pace. So 17th in this one. Yeah, that's it's not good. Not good. So it was a win for Ferrari this time, a 1-2 in fact, and the top 8 didn't actually switch positions the entire race. So what an enthralling race it was at Silverstone. But yeah, not great for the championship leader, Lewis Hamilton. But as we look down the order, it's just not good. I mean, our lap time was a 1:32.4, so it was actually quicker than the two McLarens, but slower than our teammate and obviously everyone else. I mean, I just don't know where that pace from practice really went. Like, usually we sort of build up the pace as the weekend goes on, but now this one just didn't seem to have anything at all. So, yeah, not great. We'll take a look at the standings. I don't think they've changed too much, no. Hamilton is still leading the way from his teammate by just 2 points. We've stayed in 13th place, and to be honest, there's been not a lot of movement. Grosjean's moved above Massa, but that is about it. Still no points for the same 3 drivers, isn't it? I'll just check. Stroll is yet to score, and neither are Ericsson or Van Dorn. So that leaves Alfa Romeo firmly planted to the bottom of the standings. But yeah, hopefully we can improve that soon. We're now up to 1100 resource points, so it's a good time for you guys to leave your suggestions down in the comments as to whether we should do a chassis upgrade, aero upgrade, or do one of those, the upgrades which like reduces the amount of points that it takes us to do the upgrades. You watched the start of the episode, you know what I was on about. So yeah, that is good. And also we get off, actually we've got even more than that because we got our brilliant 23 resource points from being the first driver. And then our rivalry against Fernando Alonso. Now this race would have done it a lot of good. Yes, it does. So we're 21-15 against Alonso, and we've gained a good bit of reputation from McLaren. And now we're just going to take a look to see what's happening. Yes, we've got a contract event. So we've been called into the office. I thought it looked a little bit different on the screen behind. Oh, okay, right. That is interesting. We've actually been offered a drive at McLaren Honda. Now, we're not going to take it because, of course, this is the Alfa Romeo Road to Glory. But it would still make for a decent Road to Glory series, of course. I wouldn't be the only one that's done it. But, yeah, we can't be doing too badly if we have been offered another drive. Of course, we're going to stay with Sauber. And, yeah, that just about caps it off for today's episode, guys. Do make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. And, of course, comment down below your thoughts. And just the general things to do with this series. But, yeah, until my next video, guys, do take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.